Melanie Dyer. Hello.
Hello, Sharnae.
How are you?
Good. It's good to be home. There's no place like it.
Now, I remember when we spoke towards the end of last year, you said that, you were coming back home for Christmas. You had a few little shows. I think that was at the Welder's Dog
Yes.
in Varel. How did they go?
They went really well. Yeah, we sold out the second show. We decided to do two, so we did an earlier show and a later show, and it was just full of family and friends, and some people travelled from Sydney and Toowoomba and all these, Brisbane and all these places, and it was really special to share the music I've been working on that they hadn't heard yet. So
yeah,
it's really cool to do that in my hometown.
Was that sort of first time back since the big move?
Yes, yeah. So I hadn't been back in 10 months, I think. So it went so fast. It's crazy, but yeah. So first time back, it was really emotional to see the family and friends, and yeah, fill them in on what's been happening.
Now, my family arrived when your show was on, and I was planning on coming up to Inverell, and I'm like, oh, goodness me, love having you here, Mum and Dad.
Brought him.
But I was,
Get in the car.
Yeah, get in the car after you've just driven the 14 hours from North Queensland.
Oh, maybe not. They're forgiven. You're forgiven.
And I thought, bugger, I've missed seeing Mel while she's been here. And then you reached out to me and said, hey, I'm actually coming to Tamworth.
Yeah.
So that was a nice surprise. And you're now also hosting the red carpet for the Golden Guitars.
Yes, going to be doing that. So I've got to, think of some hard-hitting questions for everybody, put them on the spot. Yeah, it's going to be fun. I hosted the Golden Guitars a few years ago with Sinead Burgess and Caitlin Shadbolt, the three of us girls, and we had a blast. So it's going to be fun to be back and do the red carpet.
Yes.
I think that's a bit more casual, so we can go a bit more off script.
And you're going to be working alongside Adam McCann. So
yes.
Speaking of off script, I think that's as knowing Adam.
Yeah.
He likes to have a bit of fun.
Yeah. Well, he's been my drummer as well for years, on and off. We've played many shows together, and obviously he's a Tamworth local now with Hissy Fits Cafe and all the stuff he does. So he's gonna we're both between us. We'll know everyone. I think we're mates with everyone. So it's gonna be just a bit of the catch up, I think.
Yeah, and you'll be catching up with a few more music mates this afternoon, because I hear you're also a part of the footy game.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That's happening.
I gotta make sure I don't scuff my knees and elbows for the red carpet, because I'm a bit competitive. But I haven't played touch football since primary school. So we'll see if I can even catch a ball.
Yes. Look, I think a few people are hoping they're on the bench because they're a bit worried about their skills. But then there's a few others, the likes of Lane Pittman, Wade Forster, who I know are just so keen to just get out there and, quoting Wade, smash each other.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'll just step out of their way. I'll just tie my shoelaces or something, and they can just take off and do their thing.
So the last time we caught up was just after the release of Homemade.
Yes.
And I remember you saying during that conversation you'd been working on a lot of new stuff behind the scenes. You've really been enjoying your time over in Nashville. Summarise the last, since you moved over there, summarise that for us.
Yeah, well, it's such an adjustment. I mean, moving countries, so it's just been trying to, figure out how to live, doing so many gigs, and I've been writing this next album. I haven't had an album out in a few years now, so it's been a long time coming, and I've been in the studio recording this music and getting it ready. So, that's been kind of my focus, and lots of new music on the way, and I've been playing, writers' rounds and singing these new songs, and, have the Americans coming up being like, oh my gosh, you're from Australia? Do you know Keith Urban? I'm like, yeah, he's my uncle. I wish, he's not. But it's been fun, just meeting these new people all across the world and showing them a bit of Australian, country music as well.
And there is that country music family from the land down under over in Nashville, because there's a lot of Aussies over there.
Yeah, so many. It's good. It's a community. I think it does feel like a second home to me. I've been going over for 10 years on and off. So I have a lot of Aussie friends there. So yeah, it's nice. It feels familiar.
Yeah. And you've got a very familiar instrument with you here in the studio. You're Cole Clark. But this one has actually stayed here in Australia.
Yeah, and I've missed it. I've picked it up since I've been home, and now I'm like, do I bring it back? But I've got to have one here. It's handy to have one in Australia and one over there. But I mean, I could always buy another one. You can never have too many guitars. But this is my white custom Cole Clark that I had painted, and it, you know, did a lot of gigs with me over the years and right through my debut album and my follow-up album and a lot of gigs. So it's a special one.
Yes, and we look after our special guitars.
Yes, well, I should probably look after her a bit better. I change the strings a bit more often. Maybe I did have to wipe a lot of fake tan off her recently and sweat. So white was probably not the best colour for her.
I love guitars. They've always got so many stories to, they'd have so many stories to tell.
Yeah.
But with, speaking of new music, what are you going to treat us to something super new or...
So new that it's never been played on radio before,
Ooh.
ever. So exclusive for you.
Unlike this?
Well, you guys have been so supportive of Homemade, so I know you've been playing that one a lot, so I thought I'd give you something new, and this is going to be my next single, coming soon, and it's a special song that I actually wrote about the story of my parents and how they met, their love story. So you'll get it in the lyrics, but a little wrap up is my mum, she worked at a petrol station in the restaurant and serving the customers, and my dad, he used to drive a red Sandman ute, his prized possession, and he used to drive up and park at this servo and go in with his mates and say, I'm going to marry that girl one day. And he tried to win her over, and he did in the end. So this is their story, and it's called Golden Girl. Sweet 17, she'd heard about him, that out-of-town boy with the sun-kissed skin. Word going round, he had a wild reputation. Rumor had it he had eyes for her. He'd wait for that open sign, hoping she'd serve. And those baby blues had a way of persuading. She let him down easy a time or two, but she didn't know that what he knew. He met the girl of his dreams at the Golden Fleece, that truck stop right at the top of town. He parked out front in his red Sandman, walked up to that counter, said to his friend, see that woman there, she don't know it yet, but she's about to change my world. Mark my words, I'm gonna marry that golden girl. His mission to win her heart. Her good Christian mama made him work hard, and if she was still here, she'd be thankful that he met the girl of his dreams at the Golden Fleece, that truck stop right at the top of town. He parked out front in his red Sandman, walked up to that counter, said to his friend, see that woman there, she don't know, but she's about to change my world. Mark my words, I'm gonna marry that golden girl. And they built that house with that bread from porch, where they raised 3 of their own. And the life they made on the day he took his chances on. The girl of his dreams at the Golden Fleece, that truck stop right at the top of town. Parked out front in his red Sandman, walked up to that counter, said to his friend, see that woman there, she don't know it yet, but she's about to rock my world. Mark my words, I'm gonna marry that golden girl. Oh, mark my words, I'm gonna marry that golden girl.
What a treat. Mel, thank you for treating us to that acoustic song, and first time.
Yes, first time on the radio.
Goodness. And I don't know how many times I've said this, but my goodness, I've got goosebumps.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love listening to the lyrics of that song. You told the story prior, but I love when a song and the lyrics paint a picture, such a vivid one. You can see that in your mind,
Yeah.
that story, what it's about. And I could imagine that would lend itself to a really nice music video.
Yes, oh my gosh. So we actually just wrapped up 2 days ago the music video in my hometown. And it's featuring my mum and dad in it and a younger version of them. So we put a casting call out in my hometown. So I've got 3 locals playing the story, you know, the girl and my dad and then the best friend that, you know, he said I'm going to marry her. So yeah, we got a cool old car as well. Jackson James directing it as well, producing, and we did it all together in my hometown, and we got this ute. So we couldn't get a red Sandman, but the music video allows for us to kind of reinterpret the story. You'll see it. It'll be coming out as well in March. But we put a call out to find this ute, and somebody reached out and they actually had a Holden ute that my great-grandfather owned, and he had the original papers.
Fair dinkum.
So we ended up
hey.
using a ute that was actually in my family. So that had been sold and you know, maintained, and it was in prime condition. So really cool.
Oh, wow. And I remember when we did speak, you sort of said you were very excited about this sort of next project and this record because it's got so much, you know, even though you're over in Nashville now, it's got so much of home and so much sort of that just family connection too.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing like moving countries to make you sort of, I guess, appreciate where you come from. And I always have been proud of where I'm from, and I'm so grateful to be an Australian. And, you know, I think that before I moved to Nashville as well, my family, my dad's a farmer, and he's just, you know, decided to sell the farm that was in our family for over 100 years. And, you know, the line ended with him. He had 3 daughters, and none of us sort of had the, you know, skills, I guess, to take over. I write songs about country music, but I don't, you know, I'm not out there on a header doing, you know, harvesting. So, you know, he sold the farm, and mum and dad made that decision. And so, yeah, that's really influenced all this music and the emotions of moving countries, knowing that I'll never go back to the place I lived my whole life and my family were raised. And yeah, it's just a lot. And this music's really personal, and I just hope it resonates, you know, with people, and they can find their own stories in it too.
I think they certainly will, if, you know, that little taster, and then of course Homemade, which we've, you know, heard last year on our TMFM airwaves, which, and it certainly climbed our TMFM Australian Country Music Top 20 chart.
You. Yeah. Woo.
So yeah, look, I think it's just phenomenal. I can't wait to hear the whole project when it arrives. So looking forward to that. If people want to stay up to date with all new music, everything happening, what's the best way to do so?
Yeah, I mean, these days we're all everywhere. So you can find me Instagram, Melanie_Dyer, Dyer. And I have to say that because the Americans are like, Dyer? I have to say Dyer. Melanie Dyer. And
you've got the American accent.
Thank you.
You said it.
No, I went out, just a quick story. When mum and dad picked me up, I had to fly into Armidale because I'm from Inverell originally. And mum and dad picked me up from Armidale, and we went to breakfast, and I asked for some table water. I sat down and I was like, can we just get some table water? And I was like, who am I? But because we have to, they don't understand when Australians say water or dyer or, you know, things like that. You really have to roll your R on those specific, just to get it across, you know. I don't want to be talking like an American, but yeah, so anyway, it's all a learning experience. I mean, yeah, Instagram, Facebook, Melanie Dyer Music, TikTok, I have a crack at that, but I'm everywhere. My website will have gigs, and when the album's ready, it'll be there too.
Yeah, and so I know obviously it's been a bit of an extended sort of stay in Australia, and you head back soon. Will we see you back here sometime throughout 2026, or will it be sort of an end of year trip again?
Not sure. It's up in the air, and it's dependent on, you know, if I get some gigs booked in. I'd love to come back and do a proper album tour when this album drops, and I'm working on that coming out mid-year, which is exciting. So, you know, the tour might come a bit later than that. Just depends on what we've got going over there as well, and how we can manage the time to get back.
Yeah, well, it's been wonderful to get the opportunity to catch up with you while you're here in Country Music Capital, and so glad and so thankful that we had the opportunity to catch up face to face, because it's been a really, really long time, and wonderful that you've got a few things happening, throughout the festival.
Yeah.
And are you going to be popping up anywhere else apart from the footy game and the red carpet of all places?
Which require no singing at either of those. That's fine. Maybe I'll pull out a guitar on the carpet. No, I'm just going to jump up with some friends. Hayley Jensen has a show tonight. She's beautiful, and she's nominated for a bunch of golden guitars. We wrote a song together called Dirt Rich, so I'm going to jump up and sing that with her tonight at her show. And that's pretty much it. You got my one and only performance, Sharnae.
We are very, very lucky and thankful here on TMFM. Well, thank you, Melanie Dyer, for stopping by, saying g'day.
So good to see you.
Safe travels.
Thank you.
Back overseas, and we'll look forward to the next time we get to catch up and have a good yarn.
Yeah, hopefully back here at the festival next year. We'll make it happen.
And I think seeing that it's extra special, we've had the chance to catch up with you. We should maybe have a double dose of Mel Dyer. How about a little homemade?
That's what everyone wanted. I know it. Thanks, Sharnae.